Here we want to integrate this integral, which is the integral of 10x minus 2x squared over x minus 2 all squared, then multiply by x plus 3 dx. Mention here that we're not able to use the long division in here since the denominator degree is less than the denominator degree. Note in here that the denominator is already factor, so we can go ahead straight and solve this integral using partial fractions. So notice in here that this term in here, x plus 3, as we're going to use this one in here, since this is a distinct linear factor. So it's going to be in form of a over x minus c. But notice in here we have this square. Therefore, we're going to refer to this one in here. And it's going to be in form of this one in here. It's going to be a1 over x minus c, and then plus a2 over x minus c squared. So the integrand is going to be 10x minus 2x squared over x minus 1 squared, then x plus 3. This is going to be equal to a, and then x minus 1 plus b, and that's going to be x minus 1 squared, and plus c, which is going to be x plus 3. So again, to factor this one in here, I use these two fractions, and then to factor this one in here, I use this fraction in here, according to these. Now we want to simplify, so I'm gonna multiply left or right side by x minus 1 squared, and then x plus 3, which is the denominator in here. So that's gonna be equal to 10x minus 2x squared, and then on the right side it's gonna be a, then x minus 1 squared, x plus 3, and over its denominator, which is going to be x minus 1, and then plus b multiplied by x minus 1 squared, multiplied by x plus 3, and over its denominator, which is going to be x minus 1 squared, and then plus c multiplied by x minus 1 squared, multiplied by x plus 3, and over its denominator, which is going to be x plus 3. Now let's simplify. Notice that we have this term will go with one of these, and then this term will go with this term, and then for c, this term will go with this term. So this can be written as 10x minus 2x squared equal to a, and we have x minus 1, and then x plus 3, and then plus b multiplied by x plus 3, and then plus c multiplied by x minus 1 squared. So the next step here to multiply these all together, and then also multiply these all together, and also multiply these together. I'm going to call this number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. Let's go on this side and do these. So for number 1, we have a, and then x minus 1, and then x plus 3. First, let's multiply these. So it's going to be a, and then x multiplied by here, it's going to be x squared plus 3x. Then I'm going to take this minus 1 and multiply it to the parentheses. It's going to be minus x minus 3. Now let's add that. It's going to be a, then x squared, and then plus 3x minus x is going to be plus 2x, and then minus 3. Now I'm going to multiply this 8 inside the parentheses. So it's going to be a x squared plus 2ax, and then minus a3. Now for number 2, we have b multiplied by x plus 3. I'm going to distribute this b inside the parentheses. It's going to be bx, and then plus 3b. I'm going to go to number 3. We have c, and then x minus 1 squared. First, I'm going to break out this parentheses in here. That's going to be equal to c, and then multiply by x squared minus 2x plus 1 squared, which is equal to 1. Now I'm going to distribute this c inside the parentheses. It's going to be cx squared minus 2cx plus c. Now let's put this back into the left side. So we have 10x and then minus 2x squared equal to 1. That is 1. It's going to be ax squared plus 2ax minus 3a, and then plus 2, that's number 2, it's gonna be bx, and then plus 3b, and then plus 3, and that is number 3, it's gonna be plus cx squared minus 2cx plus c. Now I'm gonna group x squared together, and then the x together, and the constants together. So these are the x squared, these are the term with x, and these are the constants. So first we will have the term with x squared. We're gonna have ax squared and then plus cx squared. And then we're gonna have the term with x that's gonna be the blue line, gonna be plus 2ax and then plus bx and then minus 2cx. And then we're gonna have the constant, which is with the green line. We're gonna have minus 3a plus 3b and then plus c. Now let's factor the x squared. So we're gonna have x squared and then a plus c. And then we factor the x. So we're gonna have x multiplied by 2a plus b minus 2c. And then we'll leave the constant the same. So we're gonna have minus 3a plus 3b plus c. Now remember that the left side gonna be equal to 10x minus 2x squared. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna do something called equate the coefficients. First, we're gonna look to the x squared here. Note there, coefficient gonna be equal to each other. So we will have a plus c equal to the coefficient on the left side, which is minus 2. And then we're gonna equate the coefficient of x. On the right side, we have this one. And then on the left side, we have 10. So we're gonna have 2a plus b, then minus 2c, and equal to the left side, which is 10. And lastly here, we're gonna equate the coefficient. Notice that there is no coefficient on the left side. Therefore, the coefficient on the right side gonna be equal to 0. So we're gonna have minus 3a plus 3b plus c equal to 0. Now we have this system of equations in here. Here again, we want to solve for a, b, and c. We will use this system of equation. Remember, we have 3 equations and 3 unknowns, so we'll be able to find a, b, and c. I'm gonna number these equations, so 1, then 2, and 3. First, I want to eliminate b, so I'm gonna use number 2 and 3. But first, I'm gonna multiply number 2 by minus 3, and then I'm gonna add them. So I'm gonna multiply minus 3 by 2, and then I'm gonna add it to number 3. So minus 3 multiplied by equation number 2 is gonna be minus 3 and then 2a plus b minus 2c equal to 10. Now let's multiply this. It's gonna be minus 6a minus 3b and then plus 6c equal to minus 30. Now let's bring number 3 equation. It's gonna be minus 3a and then plus 3b plus c equal to 0. Now let's add these. First, let's add the a's. So we have minus 6a and then minus 3a. That's gonna be minus 9a. And then the b's will gonna cancel. And then we have the c's. We have 6c plus 1c. That's gonna be plus 7c. Then that's gonna be equal to minus 30. Now I'm gonna use equation number 1. So a going to be equal to minus 2 and then minus c. So here we have minus 9 and again a gonna be equal to minus 2 minus c and then plus 7c equal to minus 30. Now let's multiply these. It's gonna be plus 18 and then plus 9c and then plus 7c equal to minus 30. And then 9c plus 7c is going to be equal to 16c, and then that's going to be equal to minus 30. Now, c going to be equal to minus 30, and then I'm going to move 18 the other side. It's going to be minus 18, and then I'm going to divide on 16. Therefore, c going to be equal to minus 3. Now I'm going to use equation number 1, which is a equal to minus 2 minus c to find a. So a going to be equal to minus 2, and then minus c going to be minus, and then minus 3. So a going to be equal to minus 2 plus 3, which equal to 1. Therefore, a is 1. Now we want to find b. So we're going to use equation number 2, which is 2a plus b minus 2c equal to 10. Let's solve for b. So b going to be equal to 10. And then I'm going to move minus 2c and then 2a to the other side. So it's going to be minus 2a and then plus 2c. That's going to be equal to 10 and then minus 2 and then a going to be equal to 1, then plus 2, and then c is minus 3. So that's going to be equal to 10 minus 2 and then minus 6. That's going to be equal to 2. And that is the value of b. This is the value of a, b, and c, and this is what we started with using partial fractions. So now let's plug the values of a, b, and c back in here. So that's going to be equal to 1 over x minus 1, and then plus b, which is equal to 2, and then x minus 1 squared, and then c, which is minus 3, and then x plus 3. Now let's integrate both sides. The left side going to be equal to the integral of 1 over x minus 1 dx, and then plus, and then I'm going to pull this constant out of the integral, so we're going to have 2, and then the integral of 1 over x minus 1 square dx, and then I'm going to pull this out of the integral, it's going to be minus 3, and then the integral of 1 over x plus 3 dx. Now we already know what's the integral of this one and then this one here using use substitution. So the integral in form of 1 over x plus or minus a dx is going to be equal to the natural log of the absolute value of x, positive or minus a. Now let's find this integral in here. So I have the integral of 1 over x minus 1 squared dx. This can be solved using use substitution. So u going to be equal to x minus 1, and then du going to be equal to dx. Therefore, this integral is going to be equal to 1 over u squared, and then dx is just du. Now I'm going to bring this u to the top, so I'm going to have the integral of u to the power of minus 2 du. Now let's integrate. This integral is going to be u, and then minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1 over minus 1. This is going to be equal to minus, and then 1 over u. Now let's back substitute the value of u, which is x minus 1. That's going to be minus, and then over x minus 1. Now let's move to the left side. So the antiderivative of the first integral is going to be natural log of the absolute value of x minus 1, and then plus the 2, and the antiderivative of the middle integral is going to be minus 1 over x minus 1, and then minus the 3, and then the antiderivative of the third integral is going to be natural log of the absolute value of x plus 3, and then we do not forget the c. Now let's simplify this term here. That's going to be equal to natural log of x minus 1, and then minus 2 of x minus 1, and then minus 3 of natural log of x plus 3 plus the constant. And that should be the antiderivative of the given integral.